Stones versus Statehood, the enduring struggle of a people refusing to vanish. In a world obsessed with military superiority and technological warfare, one of the most striking paradoxes of modern history continues to unfold before our eyes. The resistance of the Palestinian people, stateless, unarmed, and demonized, against one of the most militarized regimes in the world. From 1948 to today, over 75 years later, Palestine is still fighting. Not with drones, missiles, or billion-dollar armies, but with stones, with words, with hope. And somehow, impossibly, incredibly, they are still standing. While the international community debates who started it, Palestinian children are buried before they can learn to write their names. Journalists are shot for reporting the truth. Families are bulldozed under the rubble of their own homes. It is no longer a conflict. It is a genocide in real time, and the world is scrolling past it. How do we explain this? How has a people stripped of land, identity, and dignity refused to vanish? The answer lies not in power, but in something far more terrifying to empires: conviction. The Palestinian people fight not for territory or supremacy. They fight for the right to exist, to breathe, to live on their land without being shot for it. They are not fighting a war. They are surviving one. A homeland denied. Palestine is the homeland of Palestinians. This truth is not controversial. It is historical. For centuries, Palestinian Christians and Muslims lived on that land, planted olive trees, prayed in mosques and churches, raised families, and buried their dead in its soil. In 1948, hundreds of thousands were forced to flee in what is known as the Nakba, the catastrophe, and Israel was born not through peaceful negotiation, but by the mass displacement of native people. Since then, the Zionist state has justified every illegal settlement, every border wall, every child imprisonment under the banner of security. Security for whom? And at what price? Zionism and the weaponization of suffering. To criticize Zionism is not to deny the trauma of Jewish people in history, but trauma does not grant license to inflict it. The ideology of Zionism, that Jewish people have an exclusive divine right to the land, has metastasized into a settler colonial regime that sees Palestinians as disposable obstacles. When Palestinians speak out, they are branded as terrorists. When they cry, they are silenced. When they die, their stories are buried with them. The world has watched this happen over and over. Gaza bombed into the dark. Journalists assassinated. Hospitals turned to ash. And each time, Zionist apologists online defend the bloodshed, bully the truth-tellers, and twist history until it snaps. Digital hate, real-world consequences. Online, Palestinian supporters are harassed and labeled as anti-Semitic, while Zionist accounts run campaigns to erase Palestinian voices. If this is the backlash for someone tweeting in solidarity, imagine what it's like for a Palestinian mother trying to feed her child in a bombed-out home, or for a journalist trying to film a raid before they're killed. This is not a battle of equals. This is apartheid, and no amount of PR can whitewash that. Stones of resistance. When the weapons are this unequal, tanks versus stones, surveillance drones versus slingshots, the only explanation for the continued existence of Palestine is the unbreakable will of its people. Every boy holding a stone is not launching a war. He is screaming into the sky, "I exist." Every girl who makes it to school under occupation is resisting. Every father planting a fig tree under the shadow of a sniper tower is waging a quiet revolution. And somehow, despite it all, Palestine is still here. A reckoning is coming. The world cannot look away forever. The truth has legs, and it is walking into the hearts of millions. The youth of today are no longer swallowing the propaganda of yesterday. The narrative is shifting, and the stone is once again flying toward the Goliath of colonial denial. To stand with Palestine is not to choose a side in a complex geopolitical debate. It is to choose humanity over apartheid, dignity over domination, and truth over terror. We have endured Zionist bullying online. Palestinians have endured Zionist bombs in their homes. But history has a way of remembering the oppressed, not their oppressors. The question now is not whether Palestine will win. It is how long the world will pretend it doesn't know they already are.